Hi again everybody, welcome back to my little series. It's been quite a while, I've gone through quite a few changes just recently, just sort of in life, positive ones, but having the time to sort of put videos together and do models lately has been kind of on the more difficult side. Anyway, that doesn't matter, that's not why you're here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to sort of be talking about what I've been up to and where I'm going, and I'm going to show you a couple of builds that are sort of current on the bench at the moment. And the one that you're seeing, of course, at the moment is the Excelsior, and this is the round 2 repop of the original AMT kit, and I did mine up as the NX version of the Excelsior. I've always wanted this version ever since I was a little kid. In fact, I had the Wii Micro Machines, and even when I was just a little kid, I was always like, it's the NCC version. I was a pretty nerdy kid, but I'm finally able to. In fact, growing up in the 90s, I know this kit was available. I think it was released in like 94 or something like that, the original AMT one. It was very hard to get model kits here, and I've always wanted. I'd see in like magazines from the States, you know, the artwork from for this model, and I always really wanted it. It was always super expensive because it had to be shipped over. I even bought a model off a member at the Starship Modeler Forum years ago for about 60 New Zealand dollars, and it got lost in the post, so I was pretty disappointed at that. But when Round 2 announced this kit, I was really excited, and I'll just talk a little bit about it. I know some of you probably know a little bit of the history, but this is a new and improved mould. The thing about the original AMT release is that the secondary hull was too small, and the decals were buggered, and the detail on it was really light, and it's quite a small model. And the Excelsior filming model had a shitload of detail on it. And I guess that's what why Round 2 released the aftermarket decal set. I didn't use that, and I'll get into that in a second. I just used the kit decals, but this model is painted exactly the way my Enterprise B is painted, and if you look back, it's one of my... Oh, maybe I didn't do a video on that build, I don't remember. It was way back when I started the channel when I was doing that model, and I essentially painted the whole thing a slightly off-white, and I mixed a little bit of tan into the white colour. And the reason I did that was because when I airbrushed my Aztec pattern, I could just put straight white through it and you'd get that mottled effect, and hopefully you're seeing a bit of that. So I didn't want to use the Aztec decals because I really don't like those wallpaper decals. They have cool detail on them and everything, but all the models look the same. I mean, no disrespect or anything to people who have used them, they look great. But for me, I've always been a fan of airbrushing as much as possible. And the blue is a custom mix. I really don't remember the ratio, I'm sorry, but there's 2 tones of blue on it. There's a darker blue in the nacelles, and the rest of the blue, the lighter blue, is on the rest of the hull, and I just masked it off with tape. I didn't use Aztec Dummy or anything like that, I just sort of did my own. And I did screw up one little bit on the model, which is it's very evident to me. I didn't decide to go back and fix it because I want to go and do this kit again as a lit version for the NCC, or I might do the hood or something like that. But props to anybody who can see what area that is. It doesn't look bad, it's just something that I neglected, which I'm kind of upset about. But overall, I'm really happy with the kit. So that's the Excelsior, and I'll move on to what else I've been up to. So during this time, I've been working. I mean, as I say, I've been a bit busy to do modelling, or whatever, due to moving and new jobs and the rest of things, but I have been, of course, always working in the background on my Masterpiece Models builds. For those of you who don't know, Masterpiece Models, I work as one of their artists, and they send me a lot of their new release models to build for promotional builds for the marketing materials, and I really love doing it. It's always a real challenge. I have worked towards deadlines, and I work on. I don't get to select my projects, so there's a bit of mystery around it, which is always really fun. And this one is no different. And I recently completed this Mother of All Bombs model kit. It's 1/24 or 25th scale, I believe. It's a resin model, and it measures around about. It's just over 15 inches long, and it's an awesome model. I mean, it looks really cool. I was really happy to paint something which looked so different, and it's a real. It's not a model of a spaceship or anything. It's not from fantasy or science fiction. I was really excited to do something quite different, and I mean it's a pretty simple paint job, but I did go to great lengths to sort of bring the detail and the scale out a little bit more. The base, for instance, for it is airbrushed with. Well, it's primed and then airbrushed with a lighter grey, and then misted over with some silver, and then weathered down with some sort of a rust colour just to the airbrush, and it just sort of. I mean, realistically, that thing wouldn't be that weathered, but it does bring out some of the detail, and it's subtle enough that you don't sort of see it immediately. It's something that just gives an impression of detail. Same with the green. I sort of painted it up a little bit in the style of Thunderbird 2. Again, not strictly realistic, but I just didn't want to paint it like a flat green. And of course there's the detail parts on there too, which are pretty simple, but really, really nice kit. Goes together quite well. The decals are extremely impressive. I didn't even need to use any decal bonder or softener or anything really with them. They just go on there and they look painted. And in fact, you probably can't tell, but in person, the decal for the MOAB is actually textured, so it's like a scaled paint. Really, really impressive. And I guess at this point what I'll be doing is trying to move on with my personal builds. I have my my large scale enterprise, which I'm now in the process of putting my base colour on. That's been sort of sitting on the shelf untouched for a while, but it's all set up. I'm ready to go on it again. So I'm looking forward to that. All the lights are finished. As I say, I'm putting on the paint now, so we're getting there. And immediately I am working on two things. I'm working on another Masterpiece Models promotional build, and this is the WACO glider plane from World War II. Very large scale model. It's got about 150 parts to it, a wingspan of I think 27 inches. And yeah, it's a really big, it's kind of like their crown jewel release, so I'm really honoured to be sort of selected to build one of the first ones out of the gate for them. John is sending that to me, I believe it's in the post now actually, so I'll be getting that very soon, and you might be seeing a little bit of that soon. I'm also, I left a comment on one of SteveTheFish.net's YouTube channels, and we just started talking about the DeLorean. And for those of you who don't know, I was working on a DeLorean maybe a couple of years ago, and they're actually my most popular videos on the channel, so I might be getting back to that. And Greg will be getting back to doing that as kind of a joint effort, and we have an end date set for us both to complete those models, so you'll be seeing a little bit of the DeLorean as well. That's pretty much it. I'm going to be working on those two projects and trying to get my videos up again a little bit faster this time. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, and we will see each other soon.